This is what it should look like if it's covered with sand. What is going on? Are you ready to hear an insane story about how a magnet that dropped into the desert and then was later found? I will show you exactly how the law of attraction and the power of visualization works. It was November and we were in the desert, and I remember I was just taking photos, videos, looking at other people taking videos and photos and enjoying the desert, and all of a sudden Katie shouts and says that she's dropped something into the desert and she cannot find it, she's lost it. So all of us rushed over to her and started asking her questions. Was this small piece of magnet that is attached to a wireless DJI mic? It's about 1.5 cm by 1.5 cm. It's really small. Usually when you drop something into the sand at the desert, it's best to assume that it's gone forever, right? It's probably gone forever, you can't find it anymore. And I don't know, for some strange reason, all of us came together. We had Frank and Katie over there explaining the situation, what happened, and then all of us just started digging for the sand. All of us went down on our knees and started digging. And I remember it was past sunset, so it was getting quite dark as well. So for most people, maybe when they lose something that costs a bit more, what do? They start to do? They start to panic, they start to get fearful. But I remember very distinctly that when all of us were together at that point of time, we were digging. I remember that there wasn't any form of any negative vibe or feeling at all. All I remember was all of us were just feeling really positive. Some of us were making jokes and we were laughing and just, going about digging, hoping to get the magnet. After about a few minutes of digging, nothing came up. At this point, Frank suddenly got up and then he took out his other DJI mic with the other magnet that he had and then put it on his palm, and he said that this is what a DJI magnet looks like. And then he sprinkled it with sand, some sand, and he said this is what it should look like if it's covered with sand. So he was showing us how it should look like, and I think it helped all of us to visualize and get a clearer idea of what we were looking for, because some of us might not know what a magnet of a DJI mic was, and some of us might not even know what we are searching for. We just knew how to dig. At that point of time, after he did that, guess what happened? Something miraculous happened. Watch on to find out.
如果沾了沙会变这样。你看 ，Frank， 我们做 coaching 是不是？对，你是故意掉的对吗？
找到了，找到了。Literally 10 seconds, less than 10 seconds after Frank showed us that visualization, I felt something brush across my fingers and then I sifted it out, and it was the freaking DJI magnet. I kid you not, all of us, I still get goosebumps thinking about it. At that moment, everyone was like, what? We found the magnet! It was incredible. The feeling was incredible. It felt like an impossible mission at first, and all of us didn't know what we were doing. But when we got some clarity on the goal, and then the speed of the results just came, and it was just so insane that night, and all of us were so happy. If there was any passerby who came and looked at us, they would probably think we were really mad. What is going on? What's this group of people, this huge group of people standing in a circle cheering about finding a magnet? But it was really incredible, and if you think about it, what are the odds of finding something you lost? Moreover, something so small that you dropped into the desert. What are the odds? This whole experience is really one of the most unforgettable, miraculous experiences that I had during my 30-day stay in Dubai. Looking back, it just taught me something really valuable about the law of attraction and the power of visualization and gaining clarity in order to attract your goals, in order to attract what you want into your life and achieve your goals, achieve the things that you want, whether it's for your health, your career, your relationship. So this whole episode taught me 4 really valuable things about very quickly attract what you want into your life and achieve your goals. So the first thing that it taught me, knowing what you want, knowing what your goals are is the first step to getting it. What do I mean by that? Well, let me ask you a question. Imagine if you wanted to get to this shopping mall that you've never seen before. Like, you don't know how it looks like, you've never seen it before. So imagine you were driving along the expressway. Like, if you didn't know how the shopping mall, which is your goal, looks like, even when you're driving on the expressway and you might have passed it by, you wouldn't even know because you don't even know how it looks like. Knowing what you want is the first step to getting it. The more you can visualize your goal, the more you'll be able to attract it into your life. And that's why it's so important to get clear on your goal, the same way that the moment Frank showed us how a magnet with sand would look like and the power of visualization. And then within the next 10 seconds, all of us manifested the magnet into our hands and we found it. So the second thing I learned, power of keeping a positive mind and positive feelings when you're going through any challenges in life. Well, what do I mean by this? When we go through any challenges in life, it's very easy for us to get disheartened, feel negative, feel down, and it's easy to get into that state of negativity when you're facing a challenge, especially if you don't know that what you actually need to do is to pull yourself out of it and bring yourself into the opposite state in order to feel better. Not only feel better, but in order to get what you want and distance yourself from what you don't want. And you know, the positive thoughts that you have will translate into positive feelings, and feelings create a vibration that you're sending out. We call it your vibe. Like, it's a vibration that you're sending out, and keeping in a positive vibration is so important to attracting what you want. The third valuable thing I learned from this desert experience is the power of collective energy. What do I mean by collective energy? When one person is feeling positive versus a group of 10 people who are feeling positive, which one do you think has a higher vibrational frequency? Obviously, if you've got 10 positive people versus one positive person, the power of the collective is going to win. So many people, so many of us coming together to look for that one goal, just to have that one objective of searching for the magnet. And the power of that was undeniable. And the fourth and final thing that I learned is that when challenges come, you do not give up, you continue taking action. Continue taking action with a strong belief in why you're doing what you're doing. There were minutes that went past when we couldn't find anything, but we all didn't give up and we just continued digging. So these are the 4 main takeaways I had. And I would say that it was a combination of all these things that enabled us to manifest a tiny magnet that we lost in the desert back into our hands. And it's the power of these 4 things that came together. Everything just aligned. Alignment of mind, body, and spirit towards what you believe that you want, towards taking action towards what you want for you to achieve your goals. What else do you take away from this episode? Leave it down in the comments. Thank you for watching. Bye!
这群人你们在干嘛？买什么东西？
买东西，买不好的回忆，买时间胶囊，
时间胶囊。
你们为什么在挖沙？
Time capsule。
他要办童年的时候啊，挖泥土，
我想什么办法？其实要的话，可以用一个磁铁来吸，你就用你自己的那个小磁铁。
他的了，
不是，不要用这个，不要用那个，就用那个小的。对，这小粒的。
他是跟他同事的，
不是，
它另外一面会相吸。
对。
我们现在找东西是这个。
对，
它这样对下去。
所以刚才你们不知道对吗？现在你们知道了这样子。
谢谢你的教训。Oh my god，掉下去了。
你们要很像有 goal 啦，对不对？所以这个我教了我们什么，就是我们要有一个目标，对对对，不然你们在找，你们也不知道你们在找。
瞎找这个，对，它如果沾了沙就会变这样。
啊，你看 ，Frank， 我们做 coaching 是不是？
对，我们在
你是故意掉的对吗？
找到了，
找到了。对 ，OK， 来大家，我们这里有一个很好的哈，
我们有个游戏啊，大家喜不喜欢玩游戏？
你要讲什么？你要讲什么？
我们现在要玩一个游戏
啊，什么游戏？
我们要显化的目标其实就在沙底下。
对，
然后我们要显化的目标就是手上这个磁铁。
哇哦！
刚刚我不小心把这个磁铁掉到沙里面。我们找了10分钟找不到，
根本找不到。
然后并刚刚说你不知道你的世界长什么样子，你怎么找得到呢？我就拿出来说，大家，这就是我们这就是我们待会要找的东西。好，然后我说，但是你
重新讲一次。不要啦，开始。
大家想不想要成为显化大师？
想。
大家想不想要有源源不绝的丰盛？
想。
如果玩一个游戏可以增强你丰盛的信念，你要不要？
要。
意外的跟大地接地之后，对，我发现了一件事情很惊人，我们要找的丰盛就在我们脚底下。
是的。
刚刚我的麦克风不小心磁铁掉下去。然后我们花了10分钟找不到这个磁铁。对，想象一下，那个磁铁就是你想要前去的方向。我们找了10分钟找不到，为什么？有人知道为什么？
为什么？
不知道磁铁长什么样子。
没错，因为我们不知道我们的目标是什么形状。
是。
所以刚刚 Finn 就说，你的磁铁是长这个样子。你应该要让大家看到磁铁的形状呀。但是这是磁铁原本的样子，在你磁铁掉到地上的时候，它会有沙的颜色，就像是你平常在找你的目标的时候，你会觉得我好像要往这边走，我好像又要往那边走，就好像磁铁上面覆盖了一层沙一样。大家懂不懂这种感觉？懂。来，我们把磁铁的样子描述得很清楚之后，神奇的事情发生了。
很神奇。
大家想不想知道什么事情？
什么？
来，是谁找到了？自己看出来。
磁铁！
你会讲一下你刚刚在想什么？在找磁铁的过程中你在想什么？
找之前。
沙漠在上面的那个感觉。
这个是什么？这就是我们一直在讲的显化法则。他已经发现他的目标是那个磁铁，而且他知道他的目标上面会盖一层沙，但他知道那个就是他要找的目标。他知道这是他要找的目标。你花了几秒钟就找到？
哇，5秒。
他花了5秒钟。
5秒钟显化。
大家有学到什么东西？有。学到。有。好好的感谢一下这片沙，教会了我们这件事情。
真的。
我们刚刚其实见证了一场事。我没有 他我的精力放在寻找资源，我在想，
如果不见了，
我等一下怎么录影？
多少钱？
多少钱？我没有专注在我要的事情上面。大家都知道能量喜欢被关注，就好像你的目标一样，喜欢被关注。谢谢你，
谢谢你，哇！
所以真的。
大家一起来一个阿嬷好吗？
你刚刚做了一个很感动的事情，你把大家聚在一起。对，你说，哎，我们可能找一个圈圈，我们不要全部人都找到。
对哦。